Episode 80 of Daydreaming. Dreamers, welcome on back. I appreciate you guys tuning in again. So remember, Thursday's episode of Daydreaming is looking ahead. We're looking towards next week's worth of dream streaming and anything else that might fall in line with that. So, one thing I forgot to caveat yesterday for you guys was going to the dentist. Your teeth health and overall gum health matters for your overall health, because what it does here is always filtering down into your stomach and your overall ecosystem down there. And if this is all going wrong, you are going to affect that, which is then going to affect other things. If you're not getting your teeth checked regularly, now I understand. Like for me, I had to wait a year and a half in between an actual checkup, but I got great responses because I'm really adamant about taking care of my health, especially my teeth health. And the reason being is because of all these other things. You can die from an infected nerve, right? The root and everything in your mouth. What? Don't let that happen. Don't let that happen to you. All right. And how will you know? You just go and get it checked. Yes, it costs money. I know that sucks. I totally get it. But like I said, just stay on top of it as best you can, guys, because that's something you might be missing out on. That if you took better care of it, you might have better overall health. And it's like, oh, wow, this supplement's tedious. No, it's not tedious, I promise you. And it's not just about smelling good or anything like that, even though that's actually a really nice thing too. Because just like any body part that we're talking about, unless you have a condition that is a medical condition outside of, let's say, the norm, where, you know, it's less likely that people are going to have it. When things don't smell right, that usually means something's going wrong with the body. Now, maybe it's because you're not taking care of it. Okay, that's something. Or it could be that you're not eating something that your body is responding to. And this happens to women as well, right? I'm not talking about your mouth. I'm talking about other parts. The reason why is because your body, that's your body's way of telling you, hey, it's not working right. Like when the check engine light comes on in your car, something's not working right. Maybe it's minor. Cool, that's great. That means you've spent a little to no money to fix it. Great. But let's say it's major, but you could fix it. Let's go fix it. Don't let your entire car go to shit because you decided not to fix it. Versus, same thing with your body. If you could fix it, do it. Don't allow that to take away from your happiness because you had one inconvenience that you need to go and switch this all around so you start taking care of yourself better. Don't do that. But Dream Stream. So Retro Fridays, we will be playing Super Mario RPG Part 3. I'm assuming it's possible we could beat it. Might go a little bit late into the evening to beat it, but that's our goal. Our goal is to defeat Mario RPG. Well, Super Mario RPG. For the Super Nintendo. And then we'll roll into Saturday with Steam Saturdays, where we're going to play Darkest Dungeon again. Sunday, I'm hoping to coax Lux and Phoenix to come out again so we can move into 4th place for the 2-player speed runs. And then depending on if my controller issue is fixed or not, it's early in the day. I have not gone over to my P.O. box. Like I told you guys before, and if you saw on Tuesday's cast or whatever how long that BRB screen was up for, to drive all the way out there and get back, I'll do that. It's just it hasn't happened yet. It's early right now. And then I'll decide what other games we play, if we play more games or not. If I just play Contra, maybe do a different category now that Luxon had left for the night. We'll see. Monday, though, there will be no podcast. But we will have Das Postman here for his 90th appearance. 90th, guys. You understand, we are getting closer and closer to the 100th appearance of Das Postman on the Dream Stream. That's pretty freaking epic if you're asking me. So that part is awesome. I just can't get over that. And so on Monday, what we're going to do is we're going to play Milan's Secret Castle, which Das Postman loves. And we are going to hopefully beat it. And then play maybe a couple other games on Monday as well, because it's Mix Up Mondays. And that'll be a lot of fun. Tuesday, well, again, I might be stuck just playing Contra, depending on how the controller issue works. Monday, though, will be the day I weigh back in, and I'm sure you guys will see if you're following on Instagram. Remember, it's just general_Andrews, and you'll see all the updates I do on my Instagram story for those. If you want to follow, just because you like to you like to see the motivational quotes, you like to see what new games that we're jazzing on, or every now and then you like to see certain people I like to shout out, or those who are representing the Dream Stream t-shirts. Those freaking awesome people, huh? Oh yeah. And yes, so like I said, on Mondays you will see those updates, because that's when I weigh in. Because when you are doing a weigh-in, all right, first off, it's not just about weight. Please work on that. A lot of people think it's just about weight, and that's the most overvalued number or measuring stick you can use for your overall health. There's so many other factors that you are entirely limiting yourself to having a really happy and healthy life if you're only going for total weight. It's not going to work that way. I promise you. I know you think that's what you want, but there are other things that, with time and more information that you start to gather, and how when you start to experience it from the different trial and error that you do, you're like, okay, I see it now. I didn't believe you before, which I'm used to. Don't worry, it's okay. That's why I help point you guys in the right direction, so you guys can go ahead and try it yourself and learn that way. There's nothing wrong with that. And then you'll be like, yes, we could do it, yeah. But again, so I'll show you guys what I'm monitoring. Again, making sure that my muscle mass stays the same, hopefully, right? Because if it's not, I got to alter things. Pay attention to that muscle, or fat mass is dropping. That's what we really want. And then we'll pay attention to the water weight. The water weight is not as important right now, because, again, I'm not getting ready for a show. I am treating TwitchCon kind of like my show. But remember, that doesn't mean when you're doing an actual show, you are trying to get yourself down to like the 3% body fat range, and that all the right muscles are popping in all the right places for that one day of judging. That's not what I'm going for. I am just trying to show you guys what is possible if you put your mind to it, while running a business full time, while playing video games, right? Thankfully, both these things are interwoven. As you guys know, I don't only play video games. I wish that was the case. That'd make everything else so much easier. But plus, I'm managing everything else. If I'm doing other collaborations, if I'm doing other outside projects, if I'm doing a fitness modeling gig, whatever it may be, that all these things can be done, and you can still reach your goals, even if you had a different thing envisioned up in here, but you reached said goal that you set out for, and now you might change that goal because you've learned, okay, this is not what I expected to see for said goal. You just got to fix the goal now. That way it gets you to where you want to go to. Pretty good stuff, right? Pretty damn good stuff. And let's see, are there any other new caveats? I'm hoping to work out with Power Crunch today. If not today, tomorrow. He'll be coming out my way. It's good. I'm glad we're able to figure that out, where every now and then he comes out my way, I go out his way, and we get these workouts in, because I wish it could be every time. But based off of our different limitations, we are best suited to not always work out together, compared to if we could always have an optimal workout, it would always be working out with him, right? But once in a while, like let's say like legs, him and I have to have two different types of leg routines based off of our capabilities and any functional restrictions that he or I may have. Well, that makes it harder on the other person, right? And you're trying to do the right amount of time, right amount of space, and all this other kind of stuff to make it work. But then, the other person might feel guilty because they're slowing you down, yada, 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 yada. And so for certain muscle groups, it's perfect right now. It can't get any better than when him and I work together. But other areas, to be honest and to be real, it's not as advantageous. So like cardio, he needs to do a lot more cardio than I do because he holds on to size way better. He's a way bigger guy, okay, which is good. But that means cardio for him is that much longer. I have to slowly and incrementally move up my cardio because if I do too much too soon, I'm going to start burning muscle. Okay, I dropped weight, but I didn't want to lose my muscle. I didn't work that hard to get the muscle just to pee it away to lose weight. I just want to lose fat. The fat's what doesn't make it look good. Fat, at certain levels of fat, I'm in a healthy range, but it's not going to be the ideal look that I want to see, especially around certain muscles and organs right now. Because once for bulking for 2 years in a row, there was definitely fat that started to gain around the midsection. Well, that's where all the organs are. I want to allow that fat to subside. Not all of it. That's just crazy talk, okay? I want to burn off some more of that fat, and that way nothing's getting wrapped up or anything like that. And so it's just, again, overall optimal health. It's not that hard for me to be between 8 and 10% body fat if I have the right diet in place. And by diet, again, it doesn't mean the restrictions that you're putting on it are for the overall expectation you want out of it versus, oh no, I can't do this, I can't do that. No, if you're always thinking can't and all these negatives, yeah, it's going to suck. Versus, hey, this is what gets me to where I need to go, and I really like when I go and get there, then that's what you do it for. You don't do it for other people. If you do it for other people, you're going to realize how lonely it really is. Because when you need people and you're at that point where it's like, I need this, you'll be probably sadly shocked by who doesn't come through. But don't use that as a negative. Think of the positives, that we're going to empower ourselves even more, and by empowering ourselves even more, those other limitations aren't going to matter. Because you know what you can do, you know what you are worth, and that matters a whole hell of a lot. With that being said, though, Daydream episode 80 finally comes to an end. Dreamers, check out yesterday's episode over here. Subscribe right there. And Dreamers, I will catch you on tomorrow's episode of Retro Fridays and the Dream Stream.